My name is Devin Piplick, Director of Facilities for Monroe School District. Today we're going to be talking about disinfection for Monroe School District as a precursor and making extra steps to ensure that staff and students are properly coming to school and feeling safe about it. We have put together a training video on disinfection for Monroe School District so teachers have the opportunity to do additional cleaning in their spaces just to overcome some concerns that might be taking place regarding the coronavirus.
Hello, my name is Kevin Getman. I work with Waxy Sanitary Supply. I am the janitorial supplier for the Monroe School District. I have been asked to come in today to give a quick overview on the two disinfectants that the Monroe School District utilizes. While utilizing a disinfectant, it would be beneficial to utilize personal protective equipment if in fact you choose to do so. I would recommend wearing gloves while using these disinfectant products.
We're going to cover quick tips that were referenced by Kevin Getman. The first one that we're going to cover is applying gloves to your hands. The key thing that we want to make sure is that you are safe when dealing with these chemicals, and using your PPE is important. Gloves are the most vital. So applying gloves is fairly simple, as you can see by me applying them. However, removing them, it's important to remember that once you've touched items or things that you don't want to touch your body, we want to make sure that you're trained on how to remove these gloves. So the first thing that we want to do is you want to take your one hand and you want to grab hold of the glove on the other and remove it. And so you have removed the glove without actually touching anything, and it is in your other glove. And to remove this, you would take the existing glove and ball it up in your hand, and then you would take your finger and just slide it underneath the glove, and you roll out so you have actually not touched anything that is pertaining to what you just cleaned up, and all of it is self-contained within your gloves, and it can be tied up and disposed of.
There should be gloves available to you, and if you can't find them, ask your custodian. He'll supply them for you. By definition, disinfection is using a chemical to destroy and deactivate germs and viruses. In order to properly disinfect, you must achieve a dwell time. Dwell time is defined as wet contact time on a surface. The two disinfectants that we use within the Monroe School District are made by the Diversey Company, and they are Virex 256 and Alpha HP Accelerated Hydrogen Peroxide Disinfectant. They are both broad spectrum disinfectants. They both have a human coronavirus kill claim. The difference between the two are the dwell times. Virex 256 has a wet contact dwell time of 10 minutes. Alpha HP multi-surface disinfectant has a dwell time of 5 minutes. It's very important that we achieve the dwell time to properly disinfect. If in fact you allow the product to dry on a surface before the prescribed dwell time, you have to start over. It's very important that we get 10 minutes out of Virex and 5 minutes out of Alpha HP.
Tip number 2, we are going to review the contact time or dwell time that's referenced by Kevin Getman. The key most important thing for the disinfection process is the dwell time. And dwell time is a simple application of the chemical disinfection over the surface that you're cleaning. In order for it to be effective, it needs to stay wet on the surface for that amount of time. So if you spray it down and it dries up within that period of time, it will not be able to be effective. So you need to constantly make sure that it's wet, and after that dwell time is passed, that it can simply be wiped out.
Why is that important? A lot of the bugs that we are trying to kill die within the 6th and 7th and 8th and 9th and 10th minute while utilizing Virex. A lot of the bugs that we are trying to kill die between the 3rd and 4th and 5th minute while utilizing Alpha HP.
Number 3, the disinfection process. Obviously, you cannot just disinfect a surface. You have to remove any of the original material that's on it before you basically have to clean it. Then you would disinfect it. Under circumstances which kids will be eating on said surface, you'll have to actually apply water and rinse off that so kids can choose to eat there.
There will be a check-in and check-out sheet for this product that you're given, whether it's the Virex or the Alpha HP. You'll be given it for a certain period of time, and then you'll be expected to give it back to the custodian. Use the product when the students are out of the room and ensure that you're getting the dwell time. Again, the most important aspect of any disinfectant is to understand the dwell time. 10 minutes for Virex, 5 minutes for alpha HP. It's also paramount to understand that a disinfectant will not make biohazards or biomatter disappear. If in fact you are trying to disinfect bile or fecal matter, you must remove the biohazard before you can disinfect the surface. Safety data sheets are provided for every cleaning chemical that you will find within the school. The safety data sheet book is located in the main janitorial closet. The book consists of all the safety data sheets for the chemicals that are used within the school. The book also contains a disc that has SDS sheets on it. What is an SDS sheet? An SDS sheet stands for Safety Data Sheet. When is an SDS sheet important to you? An SDS sheet is important to you when you've had an incident with a given chemical. What would you do if you got one of these chemicals in your eye? What would you do if you ingested one of these chemicals? What would you do if a student ingested one of these chemicals? Timing is of the essence. That's why we want you to know where the SDS book is. The SDS book is alphabetized, and so you would want to identify which product you had an incident with. For example, if it was alpha HP multi-surface disinfectant, alpha starts with an A, so it's going to be alphabetized under the A's. You'll flip open the book. You will see 16 sections in the SDS sheet and the SDS sheets. The most important sections for you to know are sections 1 and sections 4. Section 1 is going to have a 1-800 number that is manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 350 days a year. You call that number, you tell them what product you had an issue with and what the issue was, and they will tell you what to do. Section 4 of the SDS sheet has first aid measures. So if you can't get to a phone and you can find an SDS sheet, at the minimum, this will tell you what to do if you get it in your eyes, if you get it in your skin, if you inhale it, or if you ingest it. Again, SDS sheets are very important if in fact you have an incident with a given product. They are alphabetized and they are in the main janitorial closet. Just a quick recap. The dwell time for the disinfectants is by far the most important aspect of this training. Understand the disinfectant that you're using, understand the dwell time, and ensure that you're getting it. 10 minutes for Virex, 5 minutes for alpha HP. Touch surfaces that you could disinfect would be door handles, sink faucets, desks, underneath the desks.
We're going to review technology cleaning. It's really important that we discuss this because there is some significant impacts if not done correctly. Obviously, keyboards are the most impactful because students are touching those all day long. However, disinfection cannot be sprayed directly on the keyboard. You should spray into whatever you're cleaning and then use that to wipe down the surface. Apart from that, all other things you do not want to spray directly on it, such as screens, Chromebook monitor screens. There's a little more concern with that, and we're going to have Keith talk about that. So,
well, thanks, Devlin. So it's super important, like Devlin has said, do not, under any circumstances, spray any kind of liquid towards any kind of technology device. You will damage it and possibly beyond economical repair. So as far as cleaning screens goes, the best solution and what's being recommended by various manufacturers that we do business with is to use warm water and a very mild detergent to kind of wipe the screen off. Again, wringing the excess liquid out of the rag before you wipe it down. And then you want to make sure that you can then follow up with a nice lint-free cloth. This is the best way to clean a screen. As far as cleaning keyboards and devices like that, you want to speak to that a little bit more, Devlin, as far as what the recommended chemical is for that?
for which one?
The keyboard.
Yeah, you can just strictly use your alpha HP that we're using in the classrooms.
Okay, great. So yeah, you want to make sure that again you do not spray anything or pour anything directly on keyboards, computers, screens, any of that. If you have questions, by all means, feel free to contact the tech department help desk, and we can give you further guidance on that. Thank you.
Again, the safety data sheet is located in the main janitorial closet. It's an alphabetized binder that will look something like this. This is the safety data sheet binder. It is alphabetized and it is in the main janitorial closet.
Thank you for taking the time to learn about disinfection in the classrooms. I'm going to ask that there's certain criteria that we're going to talk about in terms of accessing the chemical and using it in the classroom. I'm not going to go over it. I'm just going to simply present that on a slide so you guys can review that. So thank you so much for your time.